Welcome back to Good Morning Kenya. This is Entertainment Thursday. My name is Mark Migwe. Time for our first conversation. This is the Future Voices. Today we are talking about Africa's untapped potential and why global capital is finally paying attention. Remember that Africa enjoys a lot of things, and one of them is a very young generation. We have resources and also a very booming digital space, if you may. So it's the place to be. But when we talk about this untapped potential, what are we talking about? To help me in that conversation, I'm joined by Pauline Ndongo, who is a business development manager at GFC Africa. Welcome to Good Morning Kenya.
Thank you so much for
Unaendeleaje?
having me.
Karibu sana.
Mimi niko poa, labda wewe.
Mimi niko salama kabisa.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Okay.
When we talk about this untapped potential of the African continent in the first place, what are we talking about?
Well, maybe I can start by introducing myself. Again, my name is Pauline Ndongo. I'm the Business Development Manager, GFC Africa. Our company focuses on growth and development of companies. We do offer business advisory services. Yes. Africa untapped potential. It is a wide topic. Like you have stated, Africa, it has the largest population of young people, right? And whenever we talk about young people, we're talking about growth.
Yes.
There's a lot of potential. Also workforce. Young people, they are very skillful. We also look at young people, they are the driving force of growth in economy. Also technology, yes. So when we look at that, then we see why the global investment will be interested in Africa, because we have all the skills that they are looking for, yes.
Does that make Africa pivotal in playing a role within the world economy? And how is it doing that?
Well, yes. You see, now Africa, especially Kenya.
Yes.
We can say Kenya, first of all, is the largest economy in East Africa. And we happen to host a number of very essential forums focusing towards growth and development of Africa. We also have, Africa Continental Trade Association,
yes,
whereby it's making trade easy for the African continent, the Pan-African Pan-African basically trade.
Yes.
And so we have a lot of strategies. With that comes a lot of strategies. Also there's the collaboration from Afrimax. It's basically Africa Export-Import Bank, Afribank. And this one also offers financial support for traders, specifically also for Pan-African, right? But now this guarantees the major global investors. There's guarantee of financial strategy, strength, and this in future will help Africa be at a very strategic place. Yes.
You know, in Africa, we have this African Continental Free Trade Area or agreement.
Yes.
How has it positioned Africa as a general? Because it has opened up the market within Africa.
Yes.
But how has that positioned Africa to the world as in general, as a market hub?
Well, it's at the moment it's not a guarantee that Africa is already there. It's under development. But now when we have this, we're having like a major, it's like one big market. And when we have this, then it means that, you know, when we come together, we have strength. It means that we can put Africa at basically, we are somewhere. It puts Africa somewhere when it comes to trade, infrastructure, because when you put all these efforts together, then it makes us look powerful. Yes.
In terms of capital, do you think we really understand, as a continent, we really understand the whole aspect of capital, because you're looking at human capital, social capital, and everything? Do we have, do we really understand the whole scope of capital when it comes to investments within the continent?
Well, again, we're not there yet. We are still growing. But now, when we have like major financial banks that are supporting traders, that are supporting businessmen, businesswomen, then we can say that we are not bad off.
In terms of exports and imports, you see, sometimes African countries, when it comes to exports and imports, they import more than they export. How do you think this can change, especially within this age, and ensure that the kind of business that Africa does with developed areas of the world is balanced? Well,
now that's where the Africa continental trade comes in. It is opening doors for Africans. It is helping Africa grow in a way that, although it hasn't been, I can say it has been fully developed in so many countries because they need to gazette it. But now it's putting Africa in a very strategic area, position, in terms of trade. And not only trade, it's helping grow infrastructure in Africa. And now when Africa is also basically energized to trade amongst themselves, now it means that Africa is going to go places. Yes, and this can open doors for many African countries. And if we are doing trade amongst ourselves, then it means we don't need, because I've realized that in Africa we have a lot of minerals. Talk about like Congo, we have gold, right? In Uganda, we have potential there, we have oil. And basically, when we're doing trade amongst ourselves, we can get all the necessary things that we've been exporting from other African, from other countries, other than Africa. So Afribank, if it puts the financial effort, the financial strength that a lot of businessmen, businesswomen are looking for, if it supports other financial, small financial institutions, if it supports small-scale traders, then it means that we wouldn't be needing to export all the things, all the goods, the services that we get from other countries, because it will support what we already have in Africa, because we have almost everything, right? Talk about agriculture.
Yes.
We are doing very well. I've realized Uganda is doing also very well in coffee farming.
Wow, okay.
For the longest time, it has been, Ethiopia has been holding that title. They are known globally to have the best coffee, high quality. Also in Kenya, we have coffee. Ours is known to have a variety of taste. It's known for the vast taste. But now for the Ethiopia, it has been holding that title for the longest time. And I'm glad, okay, not glad, but basically what Africans are doing. Now Uganda has taken that title. In May 2025, this year basically, Uganda was able to outshine Ethiopia in coffee exporting. And so if we have that, if we are powered, also in Kenya, I've realized, I've seen a number of young people coming together. They're doing avocado farming. It's really needed, especially there's a gap that we need to close. A lot of the West countries, they really need those products, especially avocado. They have a higher market in those West countries. And so if we are powered also with education, formal education, understanding these things, trade in itself, and how we can do it amongst ourselves other than just looking up to other West countries, basically, and big countries like Japan, China.
Yes.
We can do these things by ourselves, and we wouldn't be needing to do all the export, all the imports
Yes.
from big countries. We can be doing that amongst ourselves and getting best things, and of course at lower tariffs. Especially, that's one of the major reasons, major things the Africa continental free trade areas are trying to achieve. We have lower tariffs, we don't have all the barriers. If we're trying to trade amongst ourselves, we wouldn't be needing a lot of, paperwork and all that. So they're simplifying this for us. And if that is done well, then we are going to be somewhere in the map.
So it's not only looking at the aspect of having investors from developed countries coming to invest within Africa. There's also a need for the governments, respective governments, to make the environment of doing trade and investment conducive. Yes.
Now, for the government, they're also really trying, we stop looking at the bad political side.
Yes.
There's also some good things they are doing. They're really trying to bring Africa, they're bringing forums, very big forums, especially in Kenya. And that's why I'm saying, like, Kenya is a big economy when it comes to East Africa. They bring really major forums. And these forums, they help these global capital. Basically, they give them the information and all the things they need. They also simplify maybe the regulations, opening business in Kenya, those kind of regulations. They're simplifying them, or they're making them better. And so some of these things, they're attracting foreign investors. Yes.
Do you think now that we have this potential that we are talking about, and the chances or the opportunities that Africa presents to the to the globe, do you think it will change the way investors or investors from developed countries view Africa from the lens of aid and risk? Is that going to change?
Yes. Again, I go back to Africa continental free trade areas. If we're able to come together, because that's basically the thing they're trying to achieve. If we're able to come together as African nations, if we can create that strong power, that big market, then they will see, whenever there's a market, then there are big opportunities. And that is putting us somewhere. And for them, that's what they're looking for, Even for small business owners, whenever they're trying to look for supports from big companies, they need to show their strengths, right? They need to show the investors that they can do something and they have the potential. And so if you're positioning yourself somewhere, then I don't see the reason why foreign investors won't take these opportunities.
Yes, indeed. We are talking about Africa's untapped potential and why the global capital has trained its eyes on Africa. This conversation continues shortly after this break. Welcome back to Good Morning Kenya. This is the Future Voices here on Entertainment Thursday. We are talking about Africa's untapped potential and why the global capital is finally paying attention. Now, let us look at the aspect of demographics and market growth. I was reading somewhere that by 2050, 1 in every 4 people on the planet will be African. So this is a very interesting aspect. So what does this demographic mean for Africans? And also from the perspective of investors and policymakers?
Well, it's all about positioning ourselves. And one thing I know for sure, like we said, Africa has the largest number of young population, young people. And young people, they are, whenever we talk about young people, we can look at education. Most young people nowadays are very educated, right? And that means that the skills that the global markets are looking for, we have them. We have them. And young people are able to open these opportunities for Africa. Now, the only problem is that a lot of young people, yes, are educated.
Yes.
And these are problems that we are facing. Very educated, but then the opportunities are not there. If only their education can be matched by job opportunities, then we can be somewhere. We are not there yet, but what we're doing so far we're not bad. We are doing well. But if only their education can be matched with job opportunities, because we have a lot of unemployed young people. Yeah, and that's a problem. And we are hoping that our governments all over Africa, they are working towards changing that. Yes.
Because there's also the aspect of, if you're speaking about opportunities, there's also the aspect of creating opportunities for yourself.
Yeah.
Let's say when you're getting into business, it's all narrows down to what we said earlier, making environments better for businesses to grow.
Yeah.
There's also the aspect of, now, even as you talk about that, from your own perspective, what sectors do you see growing or benefiting from this fast-growing generation, especially who are very tech-savvy, who are very business-oriented?
Now, I'm going to mention the key sectors. It's basically all over, but then we can talk about some few. The key sector, basically, we can talk about agriculture.
Yes.
Again, agriculture has been known to be the driving economy, the driving force of any economy in the world. It offers a lot of job opportunities. Basically, it has a lot of potential. It brings a lot of potential. If we can invest in agriculture, if government institutions can come up with education for young people, although so far we are doing well, but we need a lot of information, you know. As young people, most of us, especially who are living in the cities, we don't have those opportunities. We don't know about agriculture. Some of us is pure interest, you know, and we are doing it as a lifestyle. You want to have a kitchen garden and all that, and that is where it ends.
But is it because that agriculture has been looked at from a very different perspective by young people, as this is not what I would want to do?
Yeah.
It's a quote-unquote poor man's thing.
Yeah, definitely. But agriculture has a lot of potential.
Yes.
We can talk about some few things. Like recently, I've realized a lot of people are getting into dragon fruit farming.
Yes.
And dragon fruits are doing very well in a lot of places in Kenya. Also, there's the Wambogo apples developed by, I think, Peter Wambogo. And also those apples, they can be grown anywhere in the country, despite the weather conditions. Also, like the dragon fruits, you know, it comes like from the family of cacti. And those plants, they can withstand any weather conditions. They keep their own water. And so basically what I'm trying to bring forth is that what we need is information. If the government and, you know, private institutions, private sectors can come together and try to bring such information to young people, try to make them understand that this is where the future is. Trying to make them understand that you don't have to be, depend on a collar job, you know. You don't have to sit down and wait for you to be called in an office. And what also I've realized a lot of people need, because young people are so much into the technology.
Yes.
Now we also have agri-tech. And agri-tech comes with a lot of, I've seen a lot of apps that are helping people with agriculture.
Yes.
We have, I think, Food Farm, iCow, I've seen several. And so such things. young people, they need to try and look at what they're offering, try to get the right information, try to see what they can do, and where they can get money. You know, you don't have to sit down and wait for the government to come for your aid. Yes. And so the other thing now is technology. Anywhere young people are mentioned, technology comes in. And now this one is actually huge. I remember there was a time I went to, basically it was a forum for businesses, and I went to talk about my company. And when I was trying to make them understand, because we do growth and development of companies, we also have we try to position companies so that, you know, create awareness and all that, and that involves a lot of marketing. And what these people were asking me, when young people, they only talk about, you know, marketing. And I'm like, okay, I was trying to make them understand that that's not only what we do, but it is very needed in today's world. Technology is the it thing right now. Yes. And so when you're talking about technology, we can look about things like e-commerce. I've also seen there's digital health that is being applied by the people in the medical field, in hospitals. Instead of people now, you know, having a person following up patients and all that, taking their records, we have the apps that make that work simple. And so technology is really big. We also have fintech. Classic example, like you mentioned, we have Safaricom's M-Pesa doing very well, and that industry, they are creating, they are making millions from that. And so also we have energy. We have, I've seen a lot of people doing the solar business, and it is also doing very well. Another thing we can talk about, population. We have a lot of population in Africa. You know, our parents really outdid themselves. We have a lot of population.
They went all out.
The population is huge. And with that, it creates a demand. And so if you're smart enough and look at where we have a lot of gaps, with a huge population. We can also say also a huge population that is working. We have a lot of disposable finances.
And also a huge population means a huge market.
Yes. And now, where can we direct all these efforts to? Yes.
So you've touched on technology and fintech and the aspect of mobile money. From this development, what do you think are the lessons that Africa needs to derive from this advancement?
Well, now you see, for something like fintech, that is, like I'm saying, it's the it thing right now. We are driven by technology at the moment, and there's no coming back. Mainly what I can tell, maybe like business people, try to embrace technology, try to move with it, because we are no longer in the era of, you know, we have a lot of paper stacked in the office. When someone comes, you're trying to get information. You know, when KRA knocks at your door, you're looking for your paperwork. That's a lot of work. You move with technology. And if you're able to do that, then also I don't see the reason why we cannot also work with big companies.
Now, let's close this discussion with this final question and take it with you as your closing remarks. From your own perspective, how does the future look like for the continent?
Well, obviously there's light and a lot of potential. And the first thing that I'm going to talk about, something that is really going to put Africa out there, is these trade barriers that are being developed right now, the policies that are being taken, you know, lower tariffs, and make trade easy for within African nations. And these are some of the things that, you know, we're creating like one major market. And for the nations, or for the West nations, that is what they're looking for.
Yes.
You know, it means that if we have this major market, then there's potential. And this is a market that is not going to die anytime soon. It's going to grow as long as we're working together. And also we can talk about also the financial support from Africa Export-Import Bank. Whenever there's financial support in any country, even when you're a small-scale farmer, trader, a business person, if there's guarantee that at the end of the time you'll have enough financial support or you have finances, there's liquidity, then it means that there's guarantee. You know, this is like some sort of assurance. You know, if I invest in your company, there's no way it's going to fail. Yes. Because we have everything that we need, and finances is being the key, basically. Yeah. Yes.
Pauline, thank you so much for making time.
I truly appreciate.
Yes.
And I would love to encourage people to also try and invest in marketing. This is something that it's a field that I have seen a lot of people failing in. They think that marketing only works for young people, you know. Not only young people, big companies, we talk about Coca-Cola, Blue Band and all that, but what they do is basically they're being consistent. People need to be consistent when their main goal is to create an empire, to create a company that lasts, to create a healthy company. So people need to invest in marketing. It is not meant for big companies, also small companies. Basically, if you want to have a healthy company, this is what you need to do. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for making time to talk
I really appreciate
to come and talk about this. Yeah. That is Pauline Ndongo, who is a business development manager at GFC Africa. This is where this conversation ends. But before I leave, I want to leave you with the tip of the day. My name is Mike. Entertainment Thursday continues with Vivian Ndegwa. Stay with us.
And there we have it. We get to begin with our first conversation right here on Entertainment Thursday. And just from the music that is being played, you can already tell that the DJ is on that throwback vibe, just as he had promised that he will just be playing throwback music today. But we have our first interview on here, and we have a singer. He's a songwriter, he's also a performer, and he goes by the name Lemon Gypsum. Lemon, how are you?
I'm fine.
You're doing well?
I'm fine.
Why the name Lemon Gypsum?
In music, you have to be creative, and I had to do my research. Lemon is one of the fruits that majority of people don't hate. They love it. It has some beneficial. Gypsum is a mineral, so it has value. So I believe my music has value to a lot of people.
Ah, that's how the name came to be.
Yeah.
Love it. Interesting. So for those who are seeing you for the very first time, if you would just, you know, let them know a bit more about yourself. So who exactly is Lemon, apart from just being a singer and a songwriter?
I think I'm a creative person. All my music, everything that I do, rotates around life and what people go through, because my musical style is Afro soul. Yeah. And Afro soul basically touches people's souls. You don't just sing any music, it's something that a person will relate. It's something relatable. Yeah.
Yeah. Where did that journey for you begin?
Way back when I was still a kid, I used to love music. When other people used to go outside, play other childish game, I used to sneak back to the house, listen to music. That time I was doing good, Ali Kiba, and all artists in East Africa, I used to love their music. And within 2 days, I could sing along a song that was released like barely a day ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's where that journey began for you.
Yeah.
Did you know immediately that, yes, this is what I would want to also do?
No, it took time. You know, our parents convinced them that you want to be a musician is something hard for you.
Yeah.
So when I was in primary, maybe in standard 5, 6, that's when I managed to write my first song. But it was hard for them to believe that I can be a musician. It's not something that they could accept. They thought that just maybe I want to sneak out of life and do some sort of things, go to clubs and you see. So they did not support me fully until I had to prove to them that this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you remember that first music, that first song that you wrote back in class 5?
Really, I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was way long. Yeah, it was way back because I've wrote a lot of songs for myself, for other artists. So I can't remember the song that I wrote for the first time. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get into the songwriting bits, but probably just when exactly did you now decide I'm going to the studio and I'm doing this first song?
I think when I was in Form 3, that's when I decided to go to the studio. I did my first song, which did well good. People encouraged me to pursue music. When I did my high school, when I went to college, then that's when I started music professionally. Yeah.
You went into it now full on.
Yeah, full on.
Yeah. You are a songwriter. You don't just write songs for yourself, you also write for other musicians.
Yeah.
How does that go?
It just in point of agreement. When someone approaches me, he has maybe has a problem, maybe his mind is full, he can't get that creative idea. They reach up to me. I take my time, I write to them songs depending on the criteria that they want me to write upon.
Yeah. So do they like give you a topic? Do they give you a feel of maybe I want it to feel like this? Do they give you the vibe? How is that conversation?
You have to give me a topic. If you want something that touches people's soul, maybe you want a club banger, maybe you want something about love, maybe you want something about heartbreak, maybe you want a motivation. You give me a topic, then I'll go on it. Yeah.
Have you ever written a song for someone and you felt like this should have been my song? I should have just done this song.
Yeah. Not once, not one or two. You give someone a good song, then they don't deliver the way you wanted it to be delivered. Or the person releases the song, he doesn't do the proper marketing and everything. So I feel like I could have done this thing better. But we learn every day. Yeah.
But you don't, you just let it be.
Yeah, we let it be. Because I'm a ghostwriter. I don't go outside and say I wrote this song from this person.
I was actually to ask you, what are some songs maybe you've done that are out here and we don't know that it's...
No, I'm a ghost songwriter. When we agree on writing song for you, you pay me. So I'm not supposed to disclose that I wrote a song for you. That is against the agreement.
Okay, okay. All right, Unique, ask a question. Kuandika ndo shida kwako, lakini you can sing.
I can sing.
Aye.
Very well. Unajua, that's a hidden talent.
Let it remain hidden.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How can you tell the respond like unajua ukianza kuimba kulikuwa na ile support tulikuwa nayo mafans na size, how can you compare ya size na kitambo?
Yeah, size I think wananichukulia serious. You know, when you start something, people think maybe umefanya. You know, there's people who sing in the shower. A lot of people are musicians. Kwa sababu go on the shower, you
people.
You're talking my mind.
Yeah, everyone is a singer. Because everyone when they are showering, you must sing, utaimba. So for you to get outside the shower and to enter the studio, uimbe, you prove to people that you can sing. That's a step. I think that saizi watu wananichukulia seriously. I can see the audience in a grow. Nime-interact na big artists. So I think wananipokea vizuri. So audience imeenda vizuri.
Yeah. So your journey this far, would you say it has been an easy journey?
It's not easy. Music industry is not easy. I think in the world, Kenyan music industry is the hardest.
Really?
Yeah, it's the hardest. You need to be consistent because you can release a song today, then another person release it tomorrow, people forget about you. So you need to be consistent, to push hard, to keep on going to the studio. You should not just relax because you released a song yesterday or the other day, now you're reluctant. No, you need to work hard.
You need to keep pushing.
Yeah.
All right. Right now we take a break. Don't go too far. We'll be back to continue with this conversation. right, and we're back. Thank you for staying with us. We are having a conversation with Lemon Gypsum, who is a singer and a ghost songwriter. So, kwa zote ambazo umeandika, like every song that you've written for somebody else, all of them you go in as a ghost songwriter. Zote,
Yes.
zote.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because majority of artists, they don't want people to know that wameandikiwa wimbo. So on the agreement kuna different prices.
Yeah.
If you want me to be a songwriter, then I speak out that I wrote a song for you. There's a different price. If you want me to be a ghost, no one will know that I'm the one who wrote the song. I'll not mention it
Yeah,
anywhere.
ghost bei inapanda.
Bei inapanda.
Bei
I'll not mention anywhere.
The reason why mbona wasanii, most of artists wenye wanaandika song na wana mention mwenye maandika, those songs zinakuwa very big. But I don't know the reason why umeandikiwa song na you don't want to mention the person.
Because I think it's a normal thing. It's an
true.
okay thing. It doesn't mean you're any less talented if someone
very
else
true,
did a song for you. Even the biggest of the biggest artists we know from all over the world, most of them have their songs written by someone else. So I don't think it should be a big deal. Ama unafeel bado Kenya hatuja embrace the songwriting part of music.
Exactly. Kenya musicians, they don't want people to know wanaandikiwa songs.
Yeah,
that's wanataka kuonesha like they are more talented, they write their own songs. Yeah, but chini ya maji si wenyewe tunajua mimi ndio niliandika hii, huyu aliandikiwa hii. Yeah, we know.
Okay. It's all right, but just to put it out there, it doesn't mean anyone is less talented. It's still okay. Watu wanasaidiananga pia kuandika, and it's okay.
Songs baadhi kuanga big sana.
Sana. Now, back to now you writing for yourself, writing your own music, the songs that you're putting out here as you now. What goes through your mind while you're writing songs? In terms of your writing process, how does that look like from beginning of the idea to now the final product that we get to see?
I think it's life experience. Whatever I go through or whatever someone that is close to me goes through, I observe. Then with time I can create something through whatever they go through. Yeah. So basically it's emotional. So it's something that someone goes through. Maybe you are in a critical condition. Maybe you are facing life challenges. Then I'll just observe your situation. Then I'll create something out of whatever you're going through. Yeah, that's when I come up with maybe a good song, a motivational song, a love song.
Yeah. There's a song you wrote known as Mariana.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about Mariana.
Mariana is a life experience. It's based on true story. So way back, sometimes you can be in a relationship. Maybe either of you, one of you is toxic. So you are out there doing some stuff. Then as time goes, you find out that you messed. You had a good person, then you let things slide, and now you are regretting. You want to rekindle things, to bring things back. That's when I went down on paper. I get idea for Mariana. That's how the song came out.
Yeah, it was a true story for you?
For me, and some verses is for you, then some other verses is for me, nimechoma, then other parts you may experience from other people, then you blend them together. Yeah.
Yes.
All
right, and then your newest song.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
Motivational Factor. You did the official music video around a month ago.
Yeah, a month
Let's talk
ago.
about it.
Motivational Factor is a love story. Love is a beautiful thing. A lot of people yearn to be in love, yearn to be loved. So it's good to be loved. So the experience that you get through love, how someone treats you, it will trigger you. And I felt like the way I'm treated in this relationship, the way people are getting treated in this relationship, need to be put in a musical way so that someone can relate, someone can appreciate someone. So basically Motivational Factor is to appreciate someone. You've been through with someone, they had a hardship, and now things are going a little bit well. Now you want to settle someone. So that's when I went down on paper. I came out with Motivational Factor. Yeah.
You do a lot of love songs.
Yeah, I can say I'm king of love. I can say that because majority of my songs is about love.
Yeah.
Wedding songs, love, everything. It's about just love.
Yeah, most of them are about love.
Yeah.
Is that intentional? Like you want to be known as love song musician, or it just happens?
It just happens because every idea that I get, it rotates around love. Yeah. every idea that I get, it rotates about around love. People that are around me, they are in good relationships. You can observe them and you feel like, you know, love is a good thing. People are happy, they're enjoying themselves, and you feel like this is something that I need to do. I just need to motivate people to be loved. Yeah.
Do you need motivation?
I'm okay.
You need a motivational partner.
But sometimes,
You don't want motivation to be in love.
kwa love ni tricky.
Sasa hawa ndo unafaa utolee ngoma. Ujaribu kuwaingiza kwa mapenzi jamani. Wamekataa mapenzi.
They need to listen to my songs.
Yeah.
To fall in love.
But I need to. Kwanza hizo za mapenzi, I really need to.
You need to.
Yeah, kujibamba tu yani.
Ujaribu upate motivation angalau.
At the end of the song lazima upate.
Ufikirie.
Sometimes
unaweza risk na mtoto wa nani?
Risk.
Anyway, Lemon, as we finalize on the conversation, when it comes to collaborations, what's your take on collaborations? You know, how important are they? And I'm asking this, having looked at your you know, page, and you've not done many collabos. So let's talk about that.
Collaboration is a good idea because you have to go the other side and think to see how the other person is thinking, how they create, they get the ideas and all that. But according to me, the reason why I have not done any collabo is because I feel like I have a lot to prove to people. I have a lot to reach a certain potential so that someone can believe that working with these guys is of beneficial value. Because I don't believe if I work with any big artists now, because I've wrote songs for big artists, I could have done collabos with them.
Big?
Yeah, big artists. Big artists, I can't mention them, but I've done collabos with big artists.
I'm just trying to see if you would have a slip of the tongue.
No, I won't. I'll be sued. So I've wrote songs for big artists. I have that chance of working with them. But I feel like working with them will not add more value to me because they'll get all the credit. I've not yet reached that potential of when I work with someone, we get like 50-50, you see. So I have to release, I have big songs that I've not yet released. Like the ones that I've released, they are not even yet my best songs. I have best songs that are coming. Yeah.
All right. So I want you to finalize. Just let people know where they can find your music and where to find you personally. Okay.
My music is in all social media platforms. Spotify, Apple Music, Boomplay, Audiomack, Deezer, Fingerprint on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. You can use my songs on TikTok. Then you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat at Lemon Gypsum. Everywhere Lemon Gypsum.
All right. Thank you so much for coming through to the show. It was a pleasure having you.
Pleasure is all mine.
All right. Okay. Right now we take a musical break. So don't you go too far. We'll be back to continue. And when we come back, we'll have an interview on Matters Film. So stay tuned.
Well, a very good morning to you, Vivian Degwa, back at the Broadcasting House. We are coming to you live from Busia County. Now, this is where the 4th edition of the Transgenerational Conversations will be taking place. Remember that the first edition took place in Marsabit County. After that, we went to Nairobi County. Then the past week, we were in Kisumu County. And today, we are here in Busia County. It is a conversation about bringing generations together. What is it that needs to be done to ensure that there is lasting peace in the country? What are some of the issues that the common mwananchi feels needs to be addressed in order to ensure that there is social, there is political accountability? Remember that it is a conversation that was informed by a recent spate of demonstrations, especially last year, demonstrations that were led by the Gen Zs and the young people. They were all advocating for better governance. They were advocating to be listened to by the older generations, and that is why we ensured that these conversations are taking place at the various counties, just to get a feel of what it is that people from the various counties have to say about the issues they are facing and what needs to be done. Across the various counties, the issues have been different, and that's why we want to hear what the residents from this county have to say about that. Remember that it is a production that is brought to you by the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation conversation in collaboration with the National Cohesion and Integration Commission, that is NCIC, the Korea International Cooperation Agency, and UNDP, among other partners. And right here, I'm joined by one of the area residents. He is one of the peacemakers in these counties, and he'll be telling us about some of the initiatives he has been undertaking in this county to ensure that people are brought together. Asante sana kwa kujiunga nasi. Utatueleza jina lako na kwanza kabisa matarajio yako ni yepi tunapojiandaa kwa mazungumzo leo hii, mazungumzo ya kuunganisha vizazi?
Asante sana mhariri. Kwa majina ni Humphrey Lando. Mimi ni mzaliwa wa Busia. Kwetu ni Budalangi kule chini. Bungu wangu ni Rafael Wanjala. Na nimefurahia sana na natarajia amani. Na natarajia mambo yatakuwa mazuri, watu waishi na amani. Na peace ndio key kwa Mungu pia. Watu wapendane. Yes.
Na ulisema ya kwamba wewe ni mmoja wale ambao wamekuwa wakifanya juhudi za kuleta amani katika eneo hili na hata humu nchini. Hebu tueleze kwa kifupi kuhusiana na kile ambacho unafanya ili kuhakikisha kuna ule uwiano.
Kwanza nashukuru sana. Mimi mwenyewe kwa community policing, mimi ni liaison officer ambao naleta watu pamoja. Na mimi pia ni peacemaker kule Nairobi, nakaa Nairobi. Na mimi nafanya kazi Nairobi kule Kibera. Na wakati hata wajensi muliona raia na polisi waliona kama adui. Na tumeweza kukuja pamoja na strategy ya community policing. Tulete polisi pamoja na raia, tufanye kazi pamoja, sababu polisi pia ni watoto ya watu na wanafanya kazi kulingana na mujibu wa sheria. Naye tukasema kwa sababu sisi kama peacemaker tuweze kuelimisha watu country yetu ikuwe na amani, ikuwe na peace, mwingine aelewe mwingine, naye raia asione polisi kama adui, naye polisi asione raia kama mbaya. Information inatoka kwa hiyo community. Ni lazima tuchukue vitu ambayo inatendeka kwa community, tulete kwa polisi, then polisi wachukue hatua, tuweze kuleta watu waishi na amani.
Yeah. Na unahisije kuhusiana na haya mazungumzo ambayo yatakuwa yanafanyika leo hii? Unahisi kama taifa tuko katika mwelekeo mzuri, manake ni mazungumzo ambayo yameanza kusikiza tu wananchi kutoka maeneo mbalimbali?
Mengi yanasemwa, lakini mimi matarajio yangu naombea viongozi wetu walete watu pamoja, watafutie njia mwafaka ya kupata vibarua. I think shida ni kasi, wanalia kasi. Kuna jensi mliona. In fact, wakati wa jensi tulifanya kazi ngumu sana kule Nairobi, all over the country. Lakini sasa kuna jensi tumeongelesha pia, wanalia tu kazi. Viongozi wawatambue. Tunashukuru pia gavana wa Busia hapa aweze kufanya vitu ambao vijana wetu wanaweza fanya kazi. Watu waachilie vitu kama NGOs, vitu zile za kuandika vijana wetu, kwa sababu wote hatuwezi andikwa kazi moja katika nchi yetu. Lakini wakileta miradi ya kusaidia vijana wetu, hata crime inarudi chini.
Na asante sana na bila shaka tu ni baadhi ya yale those are just some of the issues that the area residents are talking about. They're talking about ensuring that there is political accountability, there is accountability on all fronts, including the social front and of course the economic, they want the economy improved so that more youth can get employment opportunities. Remember that it is a conversation that will be continuing right here in Busia County, and of course we will be live at 7:30 p.m. all the way to 9 p.m. The event will be taking place at Farmview Hotel right here in Busia County, the 4th edition of the Transgenerational Conversations. But right now, I hand it. Remember, during that conversation, we will be having a group of panelists that will be answering the questions from the members of the public. And of course, we'll be giving members of the public an opportunity to pose their questions and of course express their views on what they feel needs to be done to ensure that we have a united country. But for now, I hand it back to you in studio.
Now let's get to the film side of entertainment, and to be specific, we'll be talking about a play that is upcoming. I have with me in studio guys who are part of that play, and they do a lot in the play. I will just allow them to actually introduce themselves so that they can tell us the part they are playing in the play that is This Plot Is Not For Sale. Let's begin with you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
You're doing well this morning?
Yes, not so much sleep, but it should be enough for today.
We got you up quite early today. All right, go ahead and introduce yourself to us.
My name is Denijan Pavljević. I'm coming from Yugoslavia, and in the meantime Serbia, but live since 34 years in Munich, Germany. I'm an author, in the meantime director for this show, especially a producer and actor.
All right. Yourself?
I am Gisemba Arsila. I play all hats similar to Denijan in this project because it's really a collaborative project between artists in Nairobi and Munich.
Yeah. So you do everything on the play?
Yeah, we do everything, which sounds a little bit weird, but this is really independent theater, and this tends to be the norm. It's just that when you split the titles, it sounds a little bit heavy.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's begin with the title of the play. It's called This Plot Is Not For Sale. Why that title?
So Denijan and our counterpart Teresa came to Nairobi last year in the middle of the year. And then while we were walking around Nairobi, they passed around this thing written everywhere. This plot is not for sale. And for us, it's like, it's normal. You see it everywhere and it means nothing. But for them, they were just like, huh? What is this? Why does someone really need to tell me this plot is not for sale? And why is no one ever telling me when it is actually for sale? And then it was funny. And then in the construction of our story, it can dual meaning, because then there's plot, land, and then plot, story.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, when I saw, because I made a photo with my mobile phone, and my first thought was, I'm in a theater and I will not sell my ideas and my story. And then, okay, now it's something also else, it's also land and so.
Oh, now I get it. Like this plot, the story is not for sale. All right, tell me a bit about now the story that is This Plot Is Not For Sale. What is the story about? Give me a bit of a synopsis of it.
It's pretty simple. There are three characters in a photo studio. They meet and they talk, they open up and tell their personal stories, which also a lot has to do with history of three different countries.
Yeah.
And they meet before the studio, and then you have Denijan, who plays Stefan, who is like the grounding character, because the position of Yugoslavia in opposition to these other countries is very different from other European countries. And then we have the Germany and Kenya relationship, which is the typical colonial, post-colonial countries. And then so when these characters come into the room, all of them come with their biases, their feelings, everything they want, and then with how they interact, it's about like them getting out of this, really seeing this and questioning the position that they choose to take.
So you're one of the cast members as well on the play. So tell me a bit about your role and how difficult or easy it was for you to get into the role.
So my role is called Pete, which is short for Petronilla. But in real sense, Petronilla Vochaveri. So there's all of this. I feel that being a writer of the character really helps us do the hard work of actors. Like they have to sit with a character and think about it, all the intentions and all of this. This one, it's already in you. Now the challenge is really like getting to the stage and making sure that your intention now sounds exactly what it was, which I would say was easier, especially because you write from a very personal perspective, my experiences, the things I see, and now this like you just go in through it.
So it was easier for you because you are the writer of this character.
Yeah.
So you know exactly how this a character is supposed to behave, how they're supposed to be moving around. So that made it easier for you.
Even worse, we're all still the directors, so there's no one else to give you further direction. It's like, I know exactly where we're going. Yeah.
There's that about now what you people are doing, the fact that you're producing it, you're directing it, you're writing it, and you're playing it. You know, so I can imagine how that was, or how that is like for you. So no one is there to direct you.
Yes,
So you have to direct yourself.
but I think it's very complex thing.
Yeah.
And working artistically is really fun.
Yeah.
But the organizing stuff, which I have the feeling is directing also a lot, that is very stressy sometimes. And writing a story and then playing it, and sometimes it's very personal things we are like playing, which had to do with our life and our background stories.
Yeah.
It's even harder to play it because I thought in the beginning, okay, I know the story, I know the connections, it will be easy, but then I'm standing on stage and then I also have to play it in my first language, which is also not so easy. I thought it would be easy, but it's more difficult for me to like play in Serbian some parts of the story than like in English or German or so.
Yeah. Yeah. So what role are you playing?
I'm playing the Stevan, the photographer, who was like the witness of non-aligned movement. It was like Yugoslavia, the whole African continent, India, Indonesia, in the 50s. And like there is still that movement. It's like kind of third way between like East and West, between Soviet and NATO in the old times.
Yeah.
And I was also witness how my country, Yugoslavia, broke in the 90s during the war. It's also the reason why I came to Germany. So it was not easy for me, but at the same time it was like fun to live through that movement, which was a part of my childhood.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you're reliving it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you call it an absurd story or an absurd play. Why the name absurd for it?
Okay, absurd plays. So this is popular in like when you think about a story, you have the typical arc, you have beginning, middle, and end. And what absurd tends to do is you have this, but you dip the characters in almost like a repetitive conundrum. So they're going through the same cycle until they break in an existential crisis. And this is really the thing that grounds it.
Yeah.
And this is really a consequence of the writing, not that we set out to do it. By the time we got to the end, it's just like, at each point in time, it raises the level, but then it's like the repetition of this act that they do, which is to present themselves. Yeah.
And it's also very unpredictable what is going on there on stage. And it also is a part of the developing process, like learning by doing, where we wrote the story, then we come on stage and suddenly everything is different and we are changing. I think today we will also change some details.
Or you keep changing things on the go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the show is not done until we just like, yes, it's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Unique?
Let's talk about maybe music and the soundtrack that you use in the play or in the movies. What are the importance of those soundtracks and music that you use?
I think it should like be some kind of background atmosphere. It's like more of a sound, a music or more atmosphere. But it was also a hard process, I think, because a lot of things happened at the last moment. So sometimes I don't think we have enough time to play artistically while developing things.
Yeah. All right. So now this is a play, right? So it's live. People get to go there and get to feel you guys one-on-one, compared to film that is on TV, you know, whereby it happened and then the post-production happened and now we get to see it on the screen. Probably I don't know if you've done outside, doing plays, have you done the film side of it now? not on this particular play, just generally as a creative? Have you done that part?
Yeah, I have some small experiences.
Yeah. So how would you compare the two experiences of being, you know, on stage and on TV?
Both makes fun. Also, I also make music, so I know being on stage and singing, it's live. It's totally different thing than like being in studio. It's the same like with movies and theater.
Yeah.
And I like this moment of being live and alive in a way in this moment, because it's unpredictable, and that's what I like.
Yeah, about it. Speaking, you know, still on the same question, but now looking at theatre, and specifically theatre in Kenya, how would you say, you know, what position are we in when it comes to theatre as Kenyans?
It feels like a landmine. I would say, how would I say it? It's difficult to really say this is the position where we are at, because I would say theatre in general globally and the arts and culture sector globally is like at a very peculiar place right now. It's either being underfunded or people are really struggling to get their feet upon anything. But what I would say that I like that I see about theatre now, especially post-COVID, it's like everyone went into a slump. We were all scattering to find something, and then everyone has really come back, and people are really excited and are really producing consistently, and this is very important. And everyone is trying to challenge, and you see even people trying to produce like the same concepts, new things, and for me this is very important, and people are buying tickets, and that is so important for us. So this is, at least you can see people are coming, and there, so that's good.
Still on the same, maybe what would you say can be done in order to allow more people now to get back to the theatre?
Making interesting stories so that people are intrigued and would like to see that.
So it's all about you as the creators to ensure that you are giving us that, giving us the options. You know, we have more creators who are doing theatre. If we have more of that, then you feel like automatically then we'll get people back to the theatre.
I mean, that's one part of it, and then of course there's like the other structural things that you're always questioning. I feel like same with the whole entertainment structure, the same way filmmakers will say, what are the investments we put in this thing? It's the same way. It's like, how many theaters do we have in Kenya? Also, it's like, is it just about theater in Nairobi? How do we spread theater in like other places, like around the country? And it's happening. It's like, it could be more. We could perform in Nairobi, and like, why don't we go to Kisumu or somewhere else?
All right. Okay, for sure. If we get to add more theatres as well, it would encourage even the creators to get to work. Now, you know, getting back to this plot is not for sale. Maybe if you can just, without giving away too much, so that we have people who actually come to watch and not assume that they know everything that's going to happen in the play. What was the hardest bit, you know, being on that stage, maybe with something you were doing or something you were saying? What was the hardest to bring to life, if any?
I also think, I feel like the same way you said, like you speaking in your native language, like I also like have like English, German, and then Kisi, like in the character. And I think this was just like, wow, landmine after landmine. And then once you learn the languages, then your head is now mixing up the languages all over again. I think this was interesting, and you really have to settle in the language and still portray the same emotion. And this I'd be like, but we're there now.
But it's also, I think, how you work with your body, because you know, we're like writers, and we like write, and then we stick to the paper. Okay, now we have to live it on stage, and how we move on stage, what we're doing. So some small details were sometimes very hard to find out, but then when we know, okay, this is what I have to do on stage with my colleagues, then it's fun, and then it works.
Which was the easiest bit?
I think hanging out in the writer's room. Yeah, because it felt really good. And we really had to work for a long time on Zoom, talking, because the two of them live in Munich and I live in Nairobi, and it's just this consistent. And having this consistent collaboration and always knowing that you have each other, this was easy. And this was really good. Yeah.
All right. As we almost come to an end, before you get to tell us when it's showing and where exactly, there's the use of different languages that you've both mentioned. You know, you are using multiple languages. I've had you also doing some Kisi in there. Was that intentional, and why that specifically? Why did you opt to go for, we're going to use many languages, we're not just going to do this play in English and that's it?
I think it has to do something with our background stories and how we try to also to connect the story with our characters and with our own personas, so to say. And then we found out, okay, we all speak more languages and how we can connect it with our story. So it was the kind of organically how it came out.
Yeah, and when we started working together, we had a big question, and like, what is the language of theater? And we said it's kind of unfair that you always have to like default in like some language just to please people. And it's like, is there a midpoint where we can be like, okay, you guys speak German, and it's not easy for them to speak English, and we speak Swahili English, and it's not easy for us to like just be dipped into like the German culture and to be forced to learn German. So it's almost like, let's invite audiences to hear and experience everything, because this is part of it. It's collaboration. It will sound like this. Yeah,
and I feel like that's where the beauty is art. It is art in all of this, because there's that intermingling of these different cultures. So it's a lot of cultures being brought to life on one stage. That should definitely be beautiful. So where are we coming to watch the play? When is it showing? At what time? Go ahead, let us know. This is your camera for the lady.
Okay, so you can get your tickets at Sanaa Post for the 26th, this Friday, or the 27th, this Saturday, and it all starts at 7 p.m. and you should be at the Goethe Institute, Nairobi.
All right, Goethe Institute on Saturday and on Friday
and Saturday. Also, tickets are running out, which is good.
Hurry and be with us and drink with us and have fun with us.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so very much. It was a pleasure having you on set with us. And we cannot wait to come and get to witness it live and get to witness you guys live in your action, in your art, so that we can just get to indulge and get to experience you fully. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, this is where we end this particular conversation, and you've heard from them. The play, This Plot Is Not For Sale, will be showing on Friday and Saturday. That's tomorrow and the day after tomorrow at Goethe Institute from 7 p.m. And you've heard it from her that the tickets are quickly running out. So get yourself a ticket. Where are they getting the tickets?
Tickets at Sanaa Post.
Or Sanaa Post.
You can check us out on any social media. This Plot Is Not For Sale. We're the only ones. And you'll have a link to wherever you need to buy them from.
All right, there you have it. This is where we end this, but don't go too far. We are officially getting into our request hour. Roll call hour is here. So let us know where you're watching us from. Let us know what you want the DJ to get to play for you, having in mind that today is Throwback Thursday. He is playing throwback music. So go back to the archives, find your favorite song from back in the day, and let our DJ know. The number that you can get to use is right there on your screen, 0716-103-301. 0716-103-301. Shoot us a message on WhatsApp and we'll be going through them, and the DJ will ensure to play all your requests. So get busy. We'll be back in a moment. Namtizama yule pale, namtizama sana.
Inaitwa Yule Pale.
Yule Pale, yes, by Red Sun. And we are loving how you are pangaing. Unajua mnatupanga? mnatupanga vizuri.
Wananijengea playlist.
Wanatujengea hiyo playlist vizuri kabisa. That's such a good selection. Thank you so very much. Maybe if I may read some of the ones that are still coming in, and then we'll go to something else. Kidogo tu. Someone is saying, play for me any song by Isa, and then one more here, Gishuki here requesting for Sinzia by Nameless, and then hi, I am Vanis Bochaberry watching from Nairobi CBD. Please play for me Rita. Another one also requesting for Lazizi by Sauti Sol, and then I'm Victor Wafula. Please play for me Ndoto by Amadoa. That's an upcoming musician. Tunacheza TBT leo. Upcoming, tutamcheza next week.
Next week.
All right. Another one here is saying, good morning. It's Dominic Oduor from Busia. Kindly play for me Pepe Kake. Okay. I don't know if the DJ knows that one.
No, this one ni Roger Miller.
Oh, ama ni ile ya
kupede
kale.
No, the Lingala, the old school Lingala.
Oh,
Roger
okay,
Miller.
yes. Pole jamani. Tumeijua. All right, so the DJ will play all those songs for you, but right now, allow me to take you to Echoes of the Past.
Future generations will be proud of. As I said, today is the President's Day, and it's now my pleasure and honor to call upon the President of the Republic of Kenya to officially open this conference. Mr. President.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great joy to be here and to be with you and to be with every other Kenyan who is interested in this new constitution. It is a joy to be here because on this occasion, we are called upon to write a new, proper constitution of the Republic of Kenya. So let us not quarrel over small matters. Let us contribute. Let us contribute what we would like to be a lasting guide to Kenyans. And let us contribute to every Kenyan, not just to our own self. And if we do so, I am sure that we will be doing a very good job for this nation. Ladies and gentlemen, this conference is the culmination of a long struggle by the people of Kenya. A struggle for justice and the recovery of their rights. A struggle for fair, efficient government. A struggle for the reaffirmation of our destiny as the common political community of Kenyans. Over the last 2 decades, the freedom which the people of Kenya fought and died for was snatched from them. The people were deprived of their property, and many were denied the opportunity to earn a livelihood. Corruption by leaders became commonplace. More than half of the entire population was condemned to absolute poverty. It was against this corruption and tyranny that many brave and patriotic Kenyans fought for their rights. Through their efforts, we came out of the dark days of one-party rule. It is my honor and privilege to declare this conference officially open.
All right, our time is unfortunately up. Time moves so fast when you're having fun. Kwa nini na saa zile umeboeka vile wewe inajikokota?
Inajikokota pole, unashangaa sasa inaisha saa ngapi?
Lakini saa zile unajibamba. Imeenda vile tu weekend uisha. Mara moja imeshaisha, tumeingia tena Monday. Anyway, thank you so much to each and every one of you who has been tuning in. We always appreciate your time right here on the show. We appreciate you big time. Sijui kama DJ ataweza kucheza hizi za mwisho tu. We have around I think 2 minutes only. So sinimalize kuongea, DJ ingia jaribu kumalizana na hizi request. So there's someone who had requested for Kiasi by Jua Kali, ilichezwa. There's itakuwa ngori ya Moji Shot Baba, ni bebe ya Nyota Ndogo, Merimela, oh okay, and Jamila Jose Chameleon. Bye bye, see you next Thursday, same time, same place. My DJ is Unique the DJ, na kesho unacheza wapi?
Jabuba, iko pale inaitwaje? Hapo Somerset, Kilimani.
Okay.
Wase wanapiga kama unapiganga sherehe ya kidosi, make sure uko pale.
All right.
Au sio?
There you have it. Thank you so much for watching the show. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing. Goodbye.
This is for the lovers in the house. Tafuta penzi lako, ushike kwa mikono.